Now, some Hollywood stars are using their platforms to fight back, to do just that.
People think of Jewish people, I think, sometimes as very on top of things and successful for the most part. That is somewhat true. But the struggle of being Jewish is also ancient, thousands of years of struggle.
It was liberal to support Israel. It was liberal to have more freedom of choice. And the parties seem to have switched. Patricia Heaton, she's not Jewish. She speaks out constantly. I mean, the support from her and people that aren't Jewish is great.
Yeah, John Lovitz was wondering where everyone is, but he mentioned Patricia Heaton, and she does that. She does speak out. In fact, she is our next guest. You've seen her on Everybody Loves Raymond and The Middle. The Emmy Award winner reposting this anti-Israeli tweet labeling anyone who supports Israel or Jewish people the enemy. Her response, classic. I guess I'm enemy number one. Anyone care to join me? Well, the answer is yes. Heaton is one of the founders of the October 7th Coalition, a network of Christians standing up against anti-Semitism. And now she joins us and joining forces with ad guru and founder of Jew Belong to launch a nationwide Billboard campaign to stop the hate. So let's go to both these great guests right now. Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks so much for taking action. Patricia, John Lovitz called you out. I hope you don't mind. Why did this strike home for you?
Well, first of all, John is one of my favorite comedians, so I felt very appreciative of his shout-out. On October 7th, you could see that body cam footage from Hamas where they were gleefully murdering people, and I was astonished and horrified. And then I looked around, assuming that the churches would also be horrified and outraged, and I wasn't hearing anything. It was like crickets. And so I posted on my Instagram, if you had been a German during World War II, don't you hope that you would have been a German who stood by your Jewish neighbors and hid your Jewish neighbors? Well, today is your opportunity. And I still believe that. I believe we have an opportunity because now we know, maybe back in 1939, people didn't know what was going on. We know what's going on. Right. And it is up to us as Christians to do something about it. The Jewish people are feeling very, very alone, and they need to know we will stand by them.
You're not alone. You're with Archie Goatsman, who's a former marketing executive and founder of Jew Belong. Archie, why will you guys make it a perfect team? What action are you taking now to get word out that what's happening now is not okay?
Patricia said it. First of all, thank you for having us. Patricia said it beautifully. The Jews are not all speaking out, but those of us who are have been feeling very, very alone. The Jews are only 2% of the entire country, so even if all of them spoke out, it's not enough. We need allies. Jews are often good allies with other organizations, and when Patricia said what she was doing, we were so excited to work together. And we are going to be putting billboards all over the country with Jew Belong and October 7th Coalition, because that is all we need, because the world is America is being too silent.
Right. We're seeing some of those boards, just putting the screen to it. But you're very creative. We're seeing some of these billboards now. Some that you also put together. Don't be naive. Hamas will chop your head off too. Just 78 years since the gas chambers. So no, a billboard calling out Jews, not an overreaction. So I love the sarcasm too. Patricia, are you surprised more people in Hollywood with these big platforms are not using this time to speak out?
You know, I understand if you have a big project coming out that someone spent $100 million on, that you want to just focus on that in your platforms. But otherwise, I'm not sure what people are afraid about, because normally Hollywood stands up for every single cause that comes along. And so I don't know why this is different. And it's, you know, everyone has to answer to their own conscience. But as Dietrich Bonhoeffer said, silence in the face of evil is evil itself.
Right. And you know what stuns me, too? We watched that stunning rescue of those 4 hostages living a life in hell. And talking about the operation itself, I'm just in awe of what they were able to pull off. Are you shocked, Archie? More people aren't celebrating. It's then they use this as an opportunity to condemn?
I am shocked until I started to fight anti-Semitism, and then I realized that it is a tsunami of hate. The thing is, Most people in America don't hate Jewish people, but they are too silent. So sometimes people are going to look at these and they're going to say, oh, those are billboards. It's not, they're not billboards. This is a movement. This is a movement between Jew Belong and October 7th Coalition, and this is giving the people who have been silent, who said, yeah, but I don't hate Jews, but there is a small minority, but very loud minority who does, and this is giving them the chance to speak out, to go to our websites, to sign up, to help us get more billboards across the country. It looks like a billboard, but it's a movement.
Patricia, what about more Christians? Should they get involved in this?
Yes, just like Archie said, the opposition is very well funded, very organized. They popped up on October 8th, fully formed, while we were all kind of taken by surprise. And now is the time to really stand up and be, as 07C says, visibly and vocally supportive of the Jewish people. We have to be as visible and more vocal than the opposition. And if you go to October, the number 7, coalition.com, or go to Jew Belong, there's ways that you can come on board, especially pastors of very large churches. We have programs that we can bring to your church to talk about anti-Semitism and talk about what to do in your own community to partner with your Jewish neighbors.
And Christian Jews should get together, and so should Americans, because they're coming after Americans. This is a shot at American society, American values. Don't mistake it. I know you don't. Patricia Heaton, Archie Ghostman, thanks for what you're doing. Sorry you have to go through it, but I appreciate you taking action. Have a great weekend.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.